capitalizing on conventions. 4 years after the pandemic shut everything down, Silicon Valley and San Francisco are back to doing what we do best. Good evening. I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. The future is now, and we're talking tech, everything from games to artificial intelligence, multi-billion-dollar industries that are drawing thousands of people to conventions right here in the Bay Area.
Yes, they are helping build a better Bay Area, showcasing the innovation that puts Silicon Valley on the map with technology that's changed lives around the world. NVIDIA GTC is an AI conference happening all week in San Jose. We sent ABC 7 News reporter Zach Fuentes there to see what the future holds.
And GDC, the Game Developers Conference, is underway at San Francisco's Moscone Center. ABC 7 News reporter Luz Pena is there because developing games is serious business. Luz?
It's the world's largest conference for game industry professionals.
From ABC 7, live breaking news.
A lot of brown trees burned and then smoke. More fire than smoke, actually.
I was really disoriented. I didn't know what was going on, and they're like, get out.
And just to see their house being destroyed, I know it's a big impact on them.
This is exactly what we were warned about on a day of high fire danger. Fire sparked. Good evening. I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. We were on the air live for hours today covering this wildfire in the Oakland Hills. It went to 5 alarms and burned roughly 15 acres, affecting 2 homes, which is down from the 10 structures originally reported. No one was hurt. More than 100 firefighters responded.
The fire sparked outside a home that's near Keller Avenue, just off 580 in the Oakland Hills. 500 people had to evacuate. This map you're looking at shows the current areas that are still affected. The red areas are evacuation orders. The yellow areas are warnings.
All right, let's give you a live look from overhead now from Sky 7. As you can see, as it's beginning to turn to dusk, we knew this shot was a little spotty. Let's see if it'll hold for just a moment. You can see still some smoke lingering in the air on the Keller fire just to the east of 580 along Keller Avenue and some of those surrounding streets. There is still some smoke. The flames are mostly gone. You don't see any of that. They have stopped all forward progress, but there is still some smoke, some hot spots lingering, but all in all, much, much better.
Of course, and of course, firefighters are going to remain on scene throughout the evening so that they can make sure that nothing gets out of control at this point. So we have our team coverage, our ABC 7 News coverage. Ansar Hassan was first on the scene. Suzanne Fon spoke to a woman who was working from home right across from where the fire started.
And Tara Campbell is at an evacuation center. Meteorologist Sandy Patel is tracking the conditions.
Yes, but let's begin with Ansar for the very latest live from the scene. Ansar.
And Dan, good evening. Just got an update from the Oakland Fire Department. Reporting live, Ansar Hassan, ABC 7 News.
Yes, they're keeping a close eye on that. Thank you, Ansar. Now, Sky 7 captured video of what's called a Chinook dual rotorcraft helicopter performing water drops today. As you see here, it was pulling water from Lake Chabot to help put out the flames. This is a military aircraft. It's made by Boeing, and besides fighting wildfires, it's used for search and rescue operations, humanitarian and disaster relief, and U.S. Army missions.
It is a true workhorse. We are now hearing from more people who saw the flames as they spread so rapidly. ABC 7 News reporter Suzanne Fon spoke with one woman who was working from home across the street from the fire. She is joining us now live. Suzanne, she said it happened fast.
It happened so fast, Dan and Alba. And you know, it was amazing. I just crossed the street and I bumped into her. We'll send it right back to you. That's the latest. Back to you.
All right, Suzanne, thank you for that update. And the fire did shut down all lanes of westbound 580 this afternoon. Take a look at how close the flames came to the road. It was right up to the shoulder. You see all that smoke there. All lanes were closed around 2 p.m. They didn't reopen until around 4 o'clock. A middle school class field trip was going right by the fire soon after it sparked. Yeah, you can hear their surprise and alarm. Those are 6th graders from St. Teresa School. They were returning to their school in Upper Rockridge from a field trip in San Jose.
Got their attention. Evacuees have been going to Burkhalter Elementary School, where the Red Cross is providing some assistance to those who need it. And that's where ABC 7 News reporter Tara Campbell is live for us tonight. Tara?
Yeah, Dan, well, right behind us is actually where evacuees can go. They want to have to evacuate again. They rather wait, get it over with, and stay put for the night. Dan?
Yeah, that's a great perspective, actually. Tara, thank you so much.
And it's important to know that after-school sports programs at 2 high schools have been canceled because of the fire, and that affects Skyline High School and Castlemont High School.
All right, conditions, of course, were critical today. Let's bring in ABC 7 News meteorologist Sandhya Patel.
Yeah, today's fire, exactly what we worried about, Sandhya.
Yeah, and with good reason.
Get ready for the fastest bridge toll hike we've ever seen in the Bay Area. They'll be $10 within 5 years' time. The changes were just approved today. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dan Ashley.
And I'm Dion Lim. We're talking about the 7 state-owned bridges in the Bay Area. That's everything locally except the Golden Gate, which has its own pricing structure.
Tolls are going up to $8 on January 1st, part of the final step of toll hikes that voters approved back in 2018. The signs have already changed at the Bay Bridge.
Now, let's go live to ABC 7 News reporter Tim Johns for a look at the future changes just approved.
Yeah, Tim, walk us through this. Give us a bit of a breakdown here.
Yeah, Dan, Dion, the Bay Area Toll Authority approved those changes unanimously, minus just one abstention at their meeting today. But the increases are not proving popular with local drivers. And I want to break down what this means for you at home. So now in 2026, the bridge tolls will rise by 50 cents each year until they reach $10.50 by the year 2030. However, that is for drivers with a fast track. If you do not have a fast track, those prices will be even higher. Bay Area drivers, get ready to pay more money every time you cross one of our local bridges. I'm live in San Francisco. Tim Johns, ABC 7 News.
All right, we appreciate that report, Tim. Thanks.
These toll increases are going to be the fastest in the history of the Bay Area's bridges. All 7 bridges adopted a uniform $1 toll back in 1989. It took nearly a decade to change to $2. Then it was another 6 years before tolls went to $3. In 2010, tolls went to $5, and the Bay Bridge introduced congestion pricing, which made it more expensive to travel during peak times and cheaper to travel off-peak. We paid $6 tolls in 2019. Once the pandemic hit, though, in April of 2020, the Bay Bridge dropped congestion pricing. Tolls reached $7 in 2022, and they'll go to $8 next year.